Hi, fourth grade. Today I'm going to teach you how to determine the mood of the story or what the mood of the story is. So, the mood of a story is the atmosphere or feeling created by the writer in a literary work or passage. So, think about the mood is feelings, right? So, if you're in a good mood, you're feeling good, right? Things around you are going good. Whereas if you're in a bad mood, you're feeling bad, things around you might be bad. So when you're thinking about the story, so in Number of the Stars, if you think about the mood of the story, a lot of times the setting is going to help you determine the mood of the story. So if we think about the beginning of the story with Number of the Stars, there is a lot going on in the setting, right? So if I look at this anchor chart, I would say the mood of the at the beginning of the story is gloomy. So evidence to support this, because we always want to have evidence or examples, evidence to support this. So the mood is gloomy because during this time, the people have to have their windows closed with curtains over. They have a curfew, so they can't be out past a certain time. They have to have the lights off at a certain time. There's also not a lot of sugar or supplies, so it's gloomy. They can't have different things that they want. Not a lot of people can gather during that time, so it makes it also gloomy. Another way that it's gloomy is that there's soldiers on the streets, and the soldiers, they're not nice soldiers. When the soldiers stopped the girls, it said on page 2 that the soldiers had cold eyes and they were glaring at the girls. So that's even saying gloomy or maybe even suspenseful. And the soldiers are blocking the path and they had rifles. So all of these examples show that at the beginning of the story, it was gloomy. So now, if I think to where we're at in the story right now, I would say the mood right now in chapter 10 that you just listened to, I would say it's the mood of the story is really suspenseful. And I would say that it's suspenseful because Anne Marie and her family and a few others are gathering for Great Aunt Birdie's funeral, and the soldiers come in and they have the guns and helmets and boots, and they are asking questions. They want the coffin opened, but um, they it isn't open right now, so they're asking questions. The guard slapped her mom across the face, so it's suspenseful because we don't know if they're actually going to open the casket or not, if they're going to get in trouble or taken away. So right now, the mood of the story or the feeling of the story is really suspenseful for what's going on. So again, to help me figure out the mood of the story, I thought about the setting and the events that are happening in the part that I'm reading. So the mood of a story can change based off of the events that are happening in the story. So when you're doing your book club books, you want to think about the mood of the story. So what is the atmosphere or feeling that you're thinking when you are reading that story?